two households, both alike in dignity. In fair Verona, where we lay our scene, from ancient grudge, break to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. And from forth the fatal loins of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life, whose misadventured, piteous overthrows do with their death bury their parents' strife. The fearful passage of their death-marked love, and the continuance of their parents' rage, which but their children's end naught could remove, is now the 2 hours' traffic of our stage, the which if you with patient ears attend, what here shall miss, our toil shall strive to mend.
All one. I will show myself a tyrant. When I have fought with the men, I will be cruel with the maids and cut off their heads.
The heads of the maids?
Aye, the heads of the maids. Or their maiden heads, take it what sense thou wilt.
They must take it in the sense they feel.
Me they shall feel as long as I can stand, and 'tis known I am a pretty piece of flesh.
My child is yet a stranger in the world. She hath not seen the change of 14 years. Let 2 more summers wither in their pride, ere we may think her ripe to be a bride.
Younger than she are happy mother's maid.
The earth hath swallowed all my hopes, but she is the hopeful lady of my earth. But woo her, gentle Paris, get her heart. My will to her consent is but a part.
Draw thy tool. Here come 2 of the house of the Montague.
My naked weapon is out. Quarrel, I will back thee.
How? Turn thy back and run?
Now, this night I hold an old accustomed feast whereto I have invited many a guest, such as I love. You among the store, one more, most welcome. At my poor house, look to behold this night earth-treading stars that make dark heaven light.
Did you bite your thumb at us, sir?
I do bite my thumb, sir.
Or did you bite your thumb at us, sir?
Is the law of our side of SAI?
No.
No, sir, I do not bite my thumb at you, sir, but I bite my thumb, sir.
Do you quarrel?
Sir.
Quarrel? Sir? No, sir.
If you do, sir, I am for you. I serve as good a man as you.
No, better.
Well, sir.
Say better. Here comes one of my master's kinswomen.
Yes, better, sir.
You lie.
Draw if you be men. Gregory, remember thy swashing blow.
Ah, yeah! Heart fool! Put up your swords! You know now what you do!
Turn thee, Benvolio, and look upon thy death.
I do but keep the peace. Put up thy sword.
What, drawn and talk of peace? I hate the word, as I hate hell, all Montagues, and thee.
Thou villain Capulet!
Sword, I say.
Oh, Montague!
Thou shalt not stir one foot to seek a foe!
Rebellious subjects, enemies to peace! Throw your mistempered weapons to the ground! 3 civil brawls bred of an airy word by thee, old Capulet and Montague. If ever you disturb our streets again, your lives shall pay the forfeit of the peace. For this time all the rest depart away. you, Capulet, shall go along with me, and Montague, come you this afternoon, to know our further pleasure in this case.
Nephew, who set this ancient quarrel new abroach?
Here were the servants of your adversary and yours, close fighting. Ere I did approach, I drew to part them. In that instant came the fiery Tybalt, which as she breathed defiance to my ears, she swung about her head and cut the winds.
Where is Romeo?
An hour before the worship sun, a troubled mind drove me to walk abroad. Underneath the grove of sycamore, so early walking did I see your son. Towards him I made, but he was aware of me.
Many a morn he had been seen, with his tears augmenting the morning dew.
My noble uncle, do you know the cause?
I listen not, nor do I hear him.
So young.
What news struck now?
I mean, sad hours seem long.
What sadness lengthens Romeo's hours?
Not having that which having makes them shorter.
In love?
Out of her favor when I'm in love.
Alas, that love, so gentle in his view, who should be so earnest and rough and cruel.
Alas, that love whose view is muffled still should, without eyes, see pathways to his will. Oh me, Frey was here. Huh? Oh, you tell me not. Why, I've heard it all. Here is much to do with hate. More with love. Why then, oh brawling love. Oh loving hate. Oh, anything of nothing first create. Heavy likeness, serious vanity, misshapen chaos of well-seeming forms. Oh, feather of lead, bright smoke, cold fire, sick health. Oh, still waking sleep, that is not what it is. Ah, this love feel I that feel no love in this. Dost thou not laugh?
No, cuz I rather weep.
Oh, good-hearted what?
At thy good heart's oppression.
Why, such as love's transgressions. Griefs of mine own lie heavy in my breast, which thou would propagate to have oppressed with more of thine. This love that thou hast shown doth add more grief to too much of mine own. Love is a smoke raised with the fumes of sighs, being purged, a fire sparkling in lovers' eyes, being vexed, a sea nourished by lovers' tears. What is it else? Huh? A madness most discreet, a choking gall, a preserving sweet. Ah! Farewell, cuz.
Soft, I will go along.
Tut, I have lost myself. I am not here. This is not Romeo. He is some otherwhere.
Tell me in sadness, who is it that you love?
In sadness, cousin, I do love a woman.
I aim so near when I suppose you love.
From love's weak, childish bow, she lives unharmed. She will not stay the siege of loving terms, nor bide the encounter of assailing eyes, nor rope her legs to saint-seducing gold.
So she has sworn she will still live chaste.
She hath, and in that sparing makes huge waste. For beauty starved of her severity cuts beauty off from all posterity. She is too wise, too fair. Wisely too fair to merit bliss in making me despair. She hath forsworn to love, and in that vow live I dead that live to tell it now.
Be ruled by me. Forget to think of her.
Oh, teach me how I should forget to think.
By giving liberty unto thine eyes, examine other beauties. At the same ancient feast of Capulet sups the fair Rosaline, who thou so lovest, with all the admired beauties of Verona. Go thither, and with unattainted eye, compare her face with some that I will show. And I will make thee think thy swan a crow.
One fairer than my love. The all-seeing sun ne'er saw her match since first the world begun.
That you saw her fair, none else being by. herself posed with herself in either eye. But in that crystal scales let there be weighed your lady's love against some other maid that I will show you shining at this feast, and she shall scant show well, and now shows best.
I'll go along. No such sight to be shown, but to rejoice in the splendor of mine own.
Tell me, daughter Juliet, how stands your disposition to be married?
It is an honor that I dream not of.
An honor? Were not I thine only nurse, I would say thou had sucked wisdom from thy teat.
We'll think of marriage now. Younger than you, here in Verona, ladies of esteem are made already mothers. The valiant Paris seeks you for his love.
Oh, man, young lady. Lady, such a man as all the world. He's a man of wax.
Verona summer hath not such a flower.
In faith, a very flower.
What say you? Can you love the gentleman? This night you shall behold him at our feast. Read o'er the volume of young Paris' face. Find delight writ there with beauty's pen. Examine every married lineament and see how one another lends content, and what obscured in this fair volume lies. Find written in the margent of his eyes. This precious book of love, this unbound lover, to beautify him only lacks a cover. The fish lives in the sea, and 'tis much pride for fair without, the fair within to hide. That book in many's eyes does share the glory, that in gold clasps locks in the golden story. So shall you share all that he doth possess, by having him, making yourself no less.
No less, nay, bigger. Women grow by men.
Speak briefly. Can you like of Paris love?
I'll look to like, if looking liking move. But no more will I dart mine eye than your consent gives strength to make it fly.
Go, girl! Seek happy nights to happy days. Susan and she, God rest all Christian souls, were of an age. Well, Susan is with God now. She was too good for me.
What shall the speech we spoke for our excuse? Shall we on without an apology?
We shall have no Cupid hoodwinked with a scarf, but let them measure us as they will. We'll measure them a measure and be gone.
Give me the torch. I'm not for this ambling. Being but heavy, I will bear the light.
Nay, gentle Romeo, we must have you dance.
Not I, believe me. You have dancing shoes with a nimble soul. I have a soul of lead, so stakes me to the ground.
You are a lover. Borrow Cupid's wings and soar with them above a common bound.
I cannot bound a pitch above dull's woe. Under love's heavy burden do I sink.
And to sink in it should you burden love. Too great oppression for a tender thing.
Is love a tender thing? It's too rough, too rude, too boisterous, and it pricks like thorn.
If love be rough with you, be rough with love. Prick love for pricking, and you beat love down. Give me a case to put my visage in. A visor's for a visor. What care I what curious eye doth pull deformities? Here are the beetle brows, shall blush for me.
Come, knock and enter, and no sooner in than every man betakes to his legs.
I'll be the candle holder and look on. The game was ne'er so fair, and I'm done.
Tut, duns the mouse, the constable's own word. If thou art done, we'll draw thee from the mire of this surreverence love, wherein thou stickst up to the ears. Come, we burn daylight, ho!
Hey, that's not so.
I mean, sir, in delay. We waste our lights in vain like lamps by day. Take our good meaning, for our judgment sits 5 times in that ere once in our 5 wits.
And we mean well in going to this mask, but 'tis no wit to go.
Why, may one
I
ask?
had a dream tonight.
And so did I.
Well, what was yours?
That dreamers often lie.
In bed asleep while they do dream things true.
Oh, then. I see. Queen Mab hath been with you. She is the fairy's midwife, and she comes in shape no bigger than an agate stone on the forefinger of an alderman, drawn with a team of little atomies athwart men's noses as they lie asleep.
Her wagon spokes made of long spider's legs, the cover of the wings of grasshoppers, the traces of the smallest spider's web, the collars of the moonshine's watery beams, her whip a cricket's bone, the lash of film, her wagoner a small gray-coated net, not so big as a round little worm pricked from the lazy finger of a maid. Her chariot is an empty hazelnut made by the joiner squirrel, or old grub, time out of mind, the fairies' coachmakers. And in this state, she gallops night by night through lovers' brains, and then they dream of love. Or courtiers' knees who dream on curtsies straight. Or lawyers' fingers who straight dream on fees. Or ladies' lips who straight on kisses dream, which oft the angry mab with blisters plagues, because their mouths with sweetmeats tainted are. Sometimes she driveth o'er a courtier's nose, and then dreams he of smelling out a suit. And sometimes comes she with a tithe pig's tail, tickling a parson's nose as a lies asleep, then dreams he of another benefice. Sometimes she driveth o'er a soldier's neck, and then dreams he of cutting foreign throats, of breaches, ambuscados, Spanish blades, of helps, 5 fathoms deep, and then anon drums in his ears, at which he starts and wakes, and being thus frighted, swears a prayer or two, and sleeps again. This is that very mab that plats the manes of horses in the night, and bakes the elf locks in foul, sluttish hairs, which once untangled, much misfortune bodes. This is the hag when maids lie on their backs, that presses them, and learns them first to bear, making them women of good carriage. This is she!
Peace, Mercutio, peace. Talks of nothing.
True. I talk of dreams, which are the children of an idle brain, begot of nothing but vain fantasy, which is as thin a substance as the air, and more inconstant than the wind that woos.
This wind you talk of blows us from ourselves. Supper is done and we shall come too late.
I fear too early, for my mind misgives. Some consequent just hanging in the stars shall begin his fearful date with this night's revel, and expire the term of a despised soul closed in my breast by some vile forfeit of untimely death.
But he that hath the steerage of my course direct my sail. Like drawn, lusty gentle.
Hello!
What lady is that?
I know not.
Huh. She doth teach the torches to burn bright.
Welcome, gentlemen. Ladies that have their toes unplagued with corns will have a bout with you. My mistresses, which of you all will now deny to dance? She that makes dainty, she, I swear, hath corns. You are welcome, gentlemen. I have seen the day that I have worn a visor, and could tell a whispering tale into a fair maiden's ear, such as would please. 'Tis gone, 'tis gone, 'tis gone. Welcome, gentlemen. Come, musicians, play. A hall, make room, and foot it, girls.
I profane with mine worthiest touch this holy shrine. The gentle fine is this, my lips, 2 blushing pilgrims, ready stand to smooth that rough touch with a tender kiss.
A good pilgrim,
You do wrong your hand too much, which mannerly devotion shows in this. For saints have hands that pilgrims' hands do touch, and palm to palm is holy palmer's kiss.
Have not saints lips, and holy palmers too?
Aye, pilgrim, lips that they must use in prayer.
Oh then, dear saint, let lips do what hands do. They pray. Grant thou lest faith turn to despair.
Saints do not move, though grant for prayer's sake.
All my prayers effect I take, as from my lips by yours. My sin is purged.
Then have my lips the sin that they have took?
Sin from my lips? Oh, trespass sweetly urged, give me back my sin.
You kissed by the book.
What dares the slave come hither covered with an antic face? Now by the stock and honor of my kin to strike him dead, I hold it not a sin.
Why, how now, kinsman? Wherefore storm you so?
Uncle, 'tis a Montague our foe, the villain that is hither come in spite.
Young Romeo, is it?
'Tis he, that villain Romeo.
Content thee, gentle coz, leave him alone. He bears him like a portly gentleman. And to say truth, Verona brags of him to be a virtuous and well-governed youth. I would not, for the wealth of all the town, do him disparagement in my house.
Fates, when such a villain is a guest, I'll not enjoy him.
Go to, go to. You are a saucy girl. Is it so indeed? This trick may chance to scathe you. You must contrary me? You are a princox. Go. Be quiet. Or, for shame, I will make you quiet.
Come hither, nurse. What is yon gentleman that would not dance?
His name is Romeo and Montague, the only son of your great enemy.
My only love sprung from my only hate.
What is a mother?
Married bachelor. Her mother is the lady of the house.
She a captain? Oh dear, account my life as my foe's death.
Cousin Romeo.
He is wise, and all my life stole him home to bed.
Run this way. Lincoln Orchard Wall. Call here, Mercutio.
Nay, I'll conjure too. Romeo! Humors! Madman! Passion! Lover! Appear but in the likeness of a sigh. Speak but one rhyme and I'll be satisfied. Cry but, I me! Pronounce but love and dove. He heareth not, he stirreth not, he moveth not. The ape is dead, and I must conjure him. I conjure thee by Rosaline's bright eyes, by her high forehead and her scarlet lip, by her fine foot, straight leg, and quivering thigh.
He hath hid among the trees, to be consorted with the humorous knight.
blind as his love and best befits the dark.
Romeo, if love is blind, love cannot hit the mark. Romeo, that she were, oh, that she were an open, etc., thou a popper and pear. Romeo, good night. Up to my truckle bed.
Night through yonder window breaks. Tis the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief that thou, her maid, art far more fair than she. Be not her maid, since she is envious. Her vestal livery is but sick and green, and none but fools do wear it. Cast it off. 'Tis my lady. Oh, 'tis my love. Oh, that she knew she were.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name. Or if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet.
She speaks, yet she says nothing. What of that? Her eye discourses. I will answer it.
'Tis but thy name that is my enemy. Thou art thyself, though not a Montague. What's Montague? It is nor hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, nor any other part belonging to a man.
I am too bold. Not to me she speaks. Two of the fairest stars in all the heaven, having some business to entreat her eyes to twinkle in their spheres till they return. What if her eyes were there, and they in her head? Well, the brightness of her cheek would shame those stars as daylight doth the lamp. Her eye in heaven would through the airy region stream so bright that birds would sing and think it were not night.
Oh, be some other name. What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other word would smell as sweet. So Romeo would, were he not Romeo called, retain that dear perfection which he owes without that title. Romeo, doff thy name, and for thy name, which is no part of thee, take all myself.
I take thee at thy word. Call me but love, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth I never will be Romeo.
What man art thou that thus bescreened in night so stumblest on my counsel?
By a name, I know not how to tell thee who I am. For my name, dear saint, is hateful to myself, because it is an enemy to thee. Had I written, I would tear the word.
My ears have not yet drunk 100 words of that tongue's utterance, yet I know the sound. Art thou not Romeo, and a Montague?
Neither, fair saint, if either thee dislike.
How camest thou hither? Tell me, and wherefore? The orchard walls are high and hard to climb, and the place death, considering who thou art, if any of my kinsmen find thee here.
With love's light wings did I perch these walls. For stony limits cannot keep love out, and what love can do that dares love attempt, therefore thy kinsmen are no let to me.
If they do see thee, they will murder thee.
I have night's cloak to hide me from their sight, and but thou love me, let them find me here. For my life were better ended by their hate than death prorogued wanting of thy love.
By whose direction foundst thou out this place?
My love, who first did prompt me to inquire. He lent me counsel, and I lent him mine. Oh, I am no pilot, but wert thou as far as that vast shore washed up with the farthest sea, I would adventure for such merchandise.
Thou knowest the mask of night is on my face. Else would a maiden blush bepaint my cheek for that which thou hast heard me speak tonight. Fain would I dwell on form, fain deny what I have spoke. But farewell compliment. Dost thou love me? I know thou wilt say aye, and I will take thy word. Yet if thou swearest, thou mayst prove false. At lovers' perjuries, they say, Jove laughs. O gentle Romeo, if thou dost love, pronounce it faithfully. Or if thou thinkst I am too quickly won, I'll frown and be perverse and say thee nay, so thou wilt woo. Else not for the world. In truth, fair Montague, I am too fond, and therefore thou mayst think my behaviour light. But trust me, gentlemen, I'll prove more true than those that have more cunning to be strange. I should have been more strange, I must confess, but that thou overheardst ere I was ware my true love's passion.
Oh, if my heart's dear love could tell thee how much
Do not swear. Although I joy in thee, I have no joy of this contract tonight. It is too rash, too unadvised, too sudden, too like the lightning which doth cease to be ere one can say it lightened. Sweet good night. This bud of love by summer's ripening breath may prove a beauteous flower when next we meet. Good night. Good night.
Wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied?
What satisfaction canst thou have tonight?
The exchange of thy love's faithful vow for mine.
I gave thee mine before thou didst request it. And yet I would it were to give again.
Must thou withdraw it? For what purpose, love?
But to be frank and give it thee again. And yet I wish but for the thing I have. My bounty is as boundless as the sea. My love is deep. The more I give to thee, the more I have, for both are infinite. I hear some noise within.
Oh, blessed night.
3 words, dear Romeo, and good night indeed. If that thy bent of love be honourable, thy purpose marriage, send me word tomorrow by one that I'll procure to come to thee where and what time thou wilt perform the rite. And all my fortunes at thy foot I'll lay, and follow thee, my lord, throughout the world. Romeo? It is almost morning. I would have thee gone, and yet no further than a wanton's bird, who lets it hop a little from his hand, and with a silk thread plucks it back again, so loving, jealous of his liberty.
I would I were thy bird.
Sweet, so would I. Yet I should kill thee with much cherishing. Good night. Good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow that I shall say good night till it be morrow.
Sleep dwell upon thine eyes, peace in thy breast. Would that I were sleep and peace, so sweet to rest. Hence will I to my ghostly father's cell, his help to crave, and my dear hap to tell.
Once I had a mouse in my apartment, and now every time I hear movement out of the corner of my eye, I think I see a mouse. I ain't young and I ain't foolish. I know what I see and how to prove it.
Gray-eyed morn smiles on the frowning night, checkering the eastern clouds with streaks of light. And flecked darkness, like a drunkard, reels from forth day's path and Titan's fiery wheel. Now ere the sun advances burning eye, the day to cheer and night's dank dew to dry, I must upfill this osier cage of ours with baleful weeds, precious juice of flowers. Oh, mickle is the powerful grace which lies in herbs, plants, stones, and their true qualities. For not so vile that on the earth doth live, but to the earth some special good doth give. Nor aught so good, but strained from that fair use, revolts from true birth, stumbling on abuse. Virtue itself turns vice, being misapplied, and vice, sometimes, by action dignified. Within the infant rind of this small flower, poison hath residence, and medicine power. For this, being smelt with that part, cheers each part. Being tasted, slays all senses with the heart. To such opposed kings encamp them still in man, as well as herbs. Grace and rude will, and where the worser is predominant, full soon the cankered death eats up that plant.
Good morrow, Father!
Benedicite! What early tongue so sweet saluted me? Young son, it argues a distempered head, so soon to bid good morrow to thy bed.
Should this Romeo be? Came he not home tonight?
Not to his father's house. I spoke with his man.
Ah! The pale, hard-hearted wench that Rosaline torments him so that he will sure run mad.
Tybalt, the kinsman of old Capulet, had sent a letter to his father's house.
A challenge on my life.
Romeo will answer it.
Alas, poor Romeo, he is already dead. Stabbed with the white wench's black eye, shot through the ear with a love song, the very pin of his heart cleft with the blind bow-boy's butt shaft. And is he man to encounter Tybalt?
Why? What is Tybalt?
More than queen of cats, I can tell you. Oh, she is the courageous captain of compliments. She fights like you sing prick song. Keeps time, distance, rest me her minimum rest. 1, 2, and the third in your bosom. The very butcher of a silk button. A duelist, a student of the very first house, of the first and second cause. Ah, the amorto pasado, the punto reverso, the...
Here comes Romeo!
Without his roe, like a dried herring. Flesh, flesh, senor. Romeo, bonjour. There's a French salutation to your French slop. You gave us the counterfeit fairly last night.
Pardon, good Mercutio. My business was great, and in such a case as mine, a man may strain courtesies.
That's as much as to say such a case as yours constrains a man to bow in the hand.
Ooh, meaning to curtsy.
Thou hast most kindly hit it.
A most courteous exposition.
Nay, I am the very pink of courtesy.
Pink for flower?
Right.
Well, then my pump is well flowered.
Oh, come between us, good Benvolio, my wit's bait.
Switch and spurs, or I'll cry the match.
Nay, if thy wits run the wild goose chase, I have done. For thou hast more of the wild goose in one of thy wits than I am sure I have in my whole 5. Was I with you there for the goose?
Thou was never with me for anything when thou was not there for the goose.
I will bite thee by the ear for that jest.
Nay, good goose, bite not.
Thy wit is a very bitter sweeting. It is a most...
Stop there!
Thou desirest me to stop in my tail against the hair?
Thou wouldst else made thy tail large.
No, thou art deceived. I would have made it shorter. Oh. For I was come to the whole depth of my tail, and meant indeed to occupy the argument no longer.
Here comes goodly gear.
A sail! A sail!
My
my fan, Peter.
Good, Peter. For her fans, her fairer face.
Gentlemen, can I ask where I may find the young Romeo?
Oh, I can tell you. But young Romeo will be older when you have found him than when you have sought him.
I'm the youngest of that name, for fault of a word.
If you be he, sir, I desire some confidence with you.
I will follow you.
The winter it keeps all the flowers that bloomed in bulbs that it stores in the ground. There's all kinds of potential energy and all kinds of waiting around. And all kinds of waiting around. You saw me there peeking my head through the door. You said just come into the room. I've been so many people and so many things, and I'll never
good sweet nurse.
be anything.
Oh Lord, why look'st thou sad? Though news be sad, yet tell them merrily. If good, thou shamest the music of sweet news by playing it to me with so sour a face.
What a jaunt have I had!
Would thou hadst my bones and I thy news. They come, I pray thee, speak. Good nurse, speak!
Please, what haste? Can you not stay a while? Can you not see that I am out of breath?
How art thou out of breath when thou hadst breath to say to me that thou art out of breath? Let me be satisfied. It's good or bad?
Well, you have made a simple choice. You know not how to choose a man. Romeo? No, not he. Though his face be better than any man's, yet his leg excels all men's. He is not the flower of courtesy, but I'll warrant him as gentle as a lamb.
But all this did I know before. What says he of our marriage? What of that?
Lord, how my head aches. What a head have I to catch my death with jaunting up and down.
In faith, I am sorry thou art not well. Sweet nurse, tell me, what says my love?
Your love says... where's thy mother?
Where is my mother? Why, she is within. Where should she be?
Have you got leave to go to Shrift today?
I have.
Then hie you hence to Friar Lawrence's cell. There stays a husband to make your wife. Now comes the wanton blood up in your cheeks. They'll be in scarlet straight at any news.
I don't want you.
I am the drudge and toil in your delight, but you must bear the burden soon at night. Go, I'll to dinner. Hie you to the cell.
Hie to high fortune. Honest nurse, farewell.
So smile the heavens upon this holy act, that after hours of sorrow chide us not.
Amen. Amen. But come what sorrow can.
These violent delights have violent ends, and in their passions die like fire and powder, which as they kiss consume. The sweetest honey is loathsome in his own deliciousness, and in the taste confounds the appetite. Therefore love moderately. Long love doth so. Too swift arrives as tardy as too slow. Comes the lady.
Where are the vile beginners of this fray?
I pray thee, Mercutio, let's retire. The day is hot, Capulets abroad, and if we meet, we shall not escape a brawl. For now, these hot days is mad blood stirring.
Thou art like one of those fellows that when he enters the confines of a tavern, claps me his sword upon the table and says, God give me no need for thee, and by the operation of the second cup draws upon the drawer, where indeed there is no need.
Am I like such a fellow?
Oh, come, thou art as hot a jack in thy mood as any in Italy, and as soon moved to be moody, and as soon moody to be moved.
And what too?
Nay, and there were two such, there should be none shortly, for one would kill the other. Thou wilt quarrel with a man that hath a hair more or a hair less in his beard than thou hast. Thou wilt quarrel with a man for cracking nuts. Having no other reason, thou hast quarreled with a man for coughing in the street, because he hath wakened thy dog that hath lain asleep in the sun, and yet thou wilt tutor me from quarreling.
By my head, here come the Capulets.
By my heel, I care not.
O noble prince, I can discover all. The unlucky manage of this fatal brawl. There lies the woman, slain by young Romeo, that slew thy kinsman, brave Mercutio.
Tybalt, my cousin, my brother's child. Princess, thou art true, for blood of our shed blood of Montague.
Benvolio, who began this bloody fray?
Tybalt, here slain, who Romeo's hand did slay.
Gentlemen, good den. A word with one of you.
And but one word with one of us. Capulet was something. Make it a word and a blow.
You shall find me apt enough to that, sir, and you will give me occasion.
Could you not take some occasion without giving?
Mercutio, thou consortst with Romeo.
Consort. Dost thou make us minstrels? And thou make minstrels of us, look to hear nothing but discords. Here's my fiddlestick. Here's that shall make you dance. Zoons, consort.
We talk here in the public haunt of men. Either withdraw into some private place and reason coldly of your grievances, or else depart. Here all eyes gaze on us.
Men's eyes were made to look, and let them gaze. I will not budge for no man's pleasure,
Well, peace be with you, sir. Here comes my man.
But I'll be hanged, sir, if he wear your livery. Go you before. He'll be your follower. Your worship in that sense may call him man.
Romeo, the love I bear thee can afford no better term than this. Thou art a villain.
Tybalt, the reason that I have to love thee doth much excuse the appertaining rage to such a greeting. Villain I am none, therefore farewell. I see thou knowest me not.
Romeo, who spoke him fair, bade him bethink how nice this quarrel was, urged with all your high displeasure. All this uttered with gentle breath, calm look, knees humbly bowed. Could not take truce with the uneven spleen of Tybalt, deaf with peace.
Why, this shall not excuse the injuries that thou hast done me. Therefore, turn and draw.
I do protest. I never injured thee, but love thee more than thou canst devise. Till thou shalt know the reason of my love, then good Capulet, whose name I tender as dearly as mine own, be satisfied.
Oh, dishonorable, vile submission! I'll staccato carries it away. Tybalt, you rat catcher, will you walk?
What wouldst thou have with me?
Nothing but one of your 9 lives that I mean to make bold withal.
But he tilts his piercing steel at bold Mercutio's breast, who all is hot turns deadly point to point.
For shame!
Romeo cries aloud, hold friends, heart, and twixt them rushes, and underneath whose arm, an envious thrust from Tybalt hits the life of stout Mercutio.
I am hurt! Plague on both your houses! I'm spent. Is she gone and has nothing?
What, are thou hurt?
I scratch, Mary! 'Tis enough. Rich man, the hurt cannot be much. No! 'Tis not so deep as a well! Nor so wide as a church door, but 'tis enough. Will serve. Look for me tomorrow, and you shall find me a grave man. And peppered, I warrant, for this world. A plague on both your houses. A zones, a dog, a rat, a mouse, a cat, to scratch a man to death, a braggart, a rogue, A villain that fights by the book of arithmetic! Oh, why the devil came you between us? I was hurt under your arm.
I thought all for the best.
Help me into some house. Benvolio, I shall faint. A plague on both your houses! Oh, they have made worms meat of me. I have it. Soundly too.
This gentleman, the prince's near ally, my very friend, hath got his mortal hurt on my behalf. My reputation stained by Tybalt's slander. Tybalt that an hour hath been my kinsman. Oh, sweet Juliet, thy beauty hath made me effeminate, and in my temper softened valor's steel.
Romeo!
This day's black fate on other days doth depend. This but begins the war that others must end. Now, Tybalt! Take the villain back again thou late thou gavest me! For Mercutio's soul is but a little way above our heads, staying for thine to keep him company. Either thou, or I, or both must go with him.
Thou wretched boy that did consort him here shalt with him hence!
This shall determine that!
And to it they go like lightning, for ere I could draw it apart them. And as she fell, did Romeo turn and fly.
Romeo, away, be gone. The citizens are up in Tybalt's slain. Stand not amazed. The prince will doom thee to death if thou art taken. Hence be gone, away!
This is the truth. Or let Benvolio die.
He is a kinsman to the Montague. Vection makes him false, he speaks not true. I beg for justice, which thou, prince, must give. Romeo slew Tybalt.
And for that offense, immediately we do exile him hence. I have an interest in your hate proceedings. My blood for your rude brawls doth lie a-bleeding. But I'll immerse you with so strong a fine that you shall all repent the loss of mine. I will be deaf to pleading and excuses, nor tears nor prayers shall purchase out abuses, therefore use none. Let Romeo hence in haste, else when he's found, that hour is his last.
Daddy, will you stay?
Things have fallen out, sir, so unluckily that we have not had time to move our daughter. Look you, she loved her kinsman Tybalt dearly, and so did I. Well, we were born to die. It is very late, she will not come down tonight.
These times of woe afford no time to woo. Yeah, madam, good night. Commend me to your daughter.
I will. And know her mind early tomorrow. Tonight she's made up in her heaviness.
Wife, go you to her ere you go to bed. Acquaint her here of my son Paris's love, and bid her, mark you me, on Wednesday next. But soft, what day is this?
Monday, my lord.
Monday. Wednesday is too soon. Thursday, let it be. Thursday, tell her she shall marry this noble earl. We'll keep no great ado, a friend or two, for Tybalt being slain so late, it may be thought we held her carelessly, being our kinsman if we revel much.
Lord, I would that Thursday were tomorrow.
Well, get you gone. Thursday, be it then.
Cotton candy, sticky stick.
Go you to Juliet ere you go to bed. Prepare her alive against this wedding day.
Somehow we got lost in between. The wedding was not the main event, but her family was there. Her sister wore a party dress. You should have seen her hair. They all stood at the altar.
Gallop apace, you fiery-footed steeds, towards Phoebus' lodging. Such a wagoner as Phaeton would whip you to the west and bring in cloudy night immediately. Spread thy close curtain, love the falling night, that runway's eyes may wink, and Romeo leap to these arms untalked of and unseen. Lovers can see to do their amorous rites by their own beauty. Loving black-browed night, give me my Romeo, and when I shall die, take him and cut him out in little stars, and he will make the face of heaven so fine that all the world will be in love with night and pay no worship to the garish sun.
In the incandescent sky, and I cannot get it off my
I have bought the mansion of a love, but not possessed it. And though I am sold, not yet enjoyed. So tedious is this day, as is the night before some festival to an impatient child that hath new robes and may not wear them. Here comes my nurse, and she bring news. And every tongue that speaks but Romeo's name speaks heavenly eloquence. Ay me, what news?
He's dead. Dead. We are undone, lady. We are undone. Gone. Killed. Gone. Killed.
Can heaven be so envious?
Romeo can't, though heaven cannot.
Romeo slain himself. Say thou but I, and that bare foul eye shall poison more than the death-darting eye of cockatrice. I am not I, if there be such an eye, or those eyes shut that make thee answer I. If he be slain, say I. If not, no. Brief sounds determine of my weal or woe.
I saw the wound. I saw it with mine eyes. Piteous corpse. Pale.
And I'll tell you
pale as ashes.
Oh, break my heart. Poor bankrupt, break at once.
Even if they are
to prison eyes never look on liberty.
then I'll make you
Vile earth to earth resign, and motion here. And thou and Romeo press one heavy bier.
Oh, Tybalt. Tybalt, you're the best friend I had. Oh, courteous Tybalt, honest gentlewoman. To think that I should live to see thee dead.
What storm is this that blows so contrary? Is Romeo slaughtered, and is Tybalt dead? Then dreadful trumpets sound the general doom. For who is living if those two are dead?
Tybalt is gone. Romeo banished. Romeo that killed her, he is banished.
Oh God. Did Romeo's hand shed Tybalt's blood?
It did. It did, alas the day it did.
serpent heart hid with a flowering face. Beautiful tyrant, fiend angelical. O nature, what hadst thou to do in hell when thou didst devour the spirit of a fiend in moral paradise of such sweet flesh? Was ever book containing such vile matter so fairly bound? Oh, that deceit should dwell in such a gorgeous palace.
There's no trust, no faith, no honesty in men. All perjured, all forsworn, all not, all dissemblers. Oh, these griefs, these woes, these sorrows make me oh, shame come to Romeo.
Blister be thy tongue.
Oh, will you speak well of him that killed your cousin?
Shall I speak ill of him that is my husband? Oh, my Lord. What tongue shall smooth thy name when I, thy 3 hours' wife, have mangled it? But wherefore, villain, didst thou kill my cousin? That villain cousin would have killed my husband. Back, foolish tears. Back to your native spring. Your tributary drops belong to woe, which you, mistaking, offer up to joy. Thy husband lives, that Tybalt would have slain, and Tybalt's dead that would have killed thy husband. All this is comfort. Wherefore weep I then? Some word there was, worser than Tybalt's death that murdered me. I would forget it fain, but oh, it presses to my memory, like damned guilty deeds to sinners' minds. Tybalt is dead, and Romeo banished. That banished, that one word, banished, hath slain 10,000 Tybalts. Tybalt's death was woe enough if it had ended there. Or if sour woe delights in fellowship, and needly will be ranked with other griefs, why followed not when she said Tybalt's dead, thy father or thy mother, nay, or both, which modern lamentation might have moved. But with a rearward following Tybalt's death, Romeo is banished. To speak that word is father, mother, Tybalt, Romeo, Juliet, all slain, all dead. Romeo is banished. There is no end, no limit, measure bound in that word's death. No words can that woe sound. Where is my father and my mother, nurse?
Weeping and wailing over Tybalt's corse. Will you go? I will bring you thither.
Wash they his wounds with tears. Mine shall be spent when theirs are dry for Romeo's banishment. Come, cords. Come, nurse. I'll to my wedding bed, and death, not Romeo, take my maidenhead.
No, hie to your chamber. I'll find Romeo. Marquis. Your Romeo will be here at night.
Oh, find him. Give this ring to my true knight, and bid him come to take his last farewell.
Good night, this hunger, cold smile. Given to the girl.
Romeo, come forth. Come forth, thou fearful man. Affliction is enamored of thy part. Thou art wedded to calamity.
What is a prince's doom? What sorrow craves acquaintance at my hand that I yet not know?
A gentler judgment vanished from his lips. Not body's death, but body's banishment.
Banish. Be merciful, say death. For exile hath more terror in his look, much more than death. Do not say banish.
Hence from Verona art thou banished, and be patient, for the world is broad and wide.
There is no world without Verona walls, but purgatory, torture, hell itself. Thou cutt'st my head off with the golden axe and smilest upon the stroke that murders me.
Oh, deadly sin! Oh, rude unthankfulness! Thy fault our law calls death. But the kind prince, taking thy part, hath rushed aside the law and turned that black word death to banishment. This is dear mercy, and thou seest it not.
'Tis torture and not mercy. Heaven is here where Juliet lives, and every cat and dog and little mouse, every unworthy thing, live here in heaven and may look on her. But Romeo may not. More validity, more honorable state, more courtship lives in carrion flies than Romeo. They may seize on the white wonder of dear Juliet's hand and steal immortal blessings from her lips, who even in pure vestal modesty still blush, as thinking their own kisses sin. But Romeo may not. He is banishing. Flies may do this, but I from this must fly. They are free men, but I am banished. And sayest thou yet that exile is not death? Hast thou no poison mixed? No sharp ground knife, no sudden means to death, though ne'er so mean, but banished it to kill me. Banish it. Oh, Friar the damned, use that word in hell. Howling attends it. How hast thou the heart, being a divine, a ghostly confessor, a sin absolver, my friend professed to mangle me? That word banish it.
Thou fond madman, hear me but speak a word.
Oh, thou wilt speak again of banishment.
I'll give thee armor to keep off that word. Adversity's sweet milk, philosophy.
Yet banish it. Hang up philosophy, unless philosophy can make a Juliet, displant a town, or reverse a prince's doom. It helps not, it prevails not. Talk no more.
Oh, then I see that madmen have no ears.
Thou canst not speak of that thou dost not feel. Wert thou as young as I, Juliet thy love, an hour but married, Tybalt murdered, then mightst thou speak, then mightst thou tear thy hair and fall upon the ground.
Oh, holy friar!
Good Romeo, hide thyself.
Where's Romeo?
There on the ground, with his own tears made drunk.
Oh, he is even in my mistress' case. Just in her case. Sympathy, pity's predicament. Even so lies she, weeping and blubbering and weeping. But why should you fall into so deep an oath?
Speakst thou of Juliet? How is it with her? Does she not think me an old murderer now that I've stained the childhood of our joy with blood, removed but little from her own? One says my concealed lady to our cancelled love.
Says nothing, sir, but weeps and weeps. And now falls on her bed and then starts up, and Tybalt calls, and then on Romeo cries, and then down falls again.
If that name, shot from the deadly level of a gun, did murder her. As that name's cursed hand murdered her kinsman. tell me, in what vile part of the anatomy doth my name lodge? Tell me so that I may sack that hateful man!
Hold thy desperate hand! Art thou a man? Thy form cries out thou art. Thy tears are womanish. Thy wild acts denote the unreasonable fury of a beast. Unseemly woman in seeming man, or ill-beseeming beast in seeming both. Thou hast amazed me. By my holy order, I thought thy disposition better tempered. Hast thou slain Tybalt? Wilt thou slay thyself? And slay thy lady too by doing damned hate upon thy love? Spy! Thou shamest thy shape, thy love, thy wit, which like a usurer aboundst in all, and usest none. In that true use indeed, which should bedeck thy shape, thy love, thy wit. How's thee, man? Thy Juliet is alive, for whose dear sake thou wast but lately dead. There art thou happy. Tybalt would kill thee, but thou slewest Tybalt. There art thou happy too. The law that threatens death becomes thy friend and turns it to exile. There art thou happy. A pack of blessings lights upon thy back. Happiness courts thee in her best array, and like a misbehaved and sullen wench, thou pout'st upon thy fortune and thy love. Take heed, for such die miserable. Go, get thee to thy love, as was decreed. Ascend her chamber hence, and comfort her. But look thou stay not till the watch be set, for then thou canst not pass to Mantua, where thou shalt live till we can find a time to blaze your marriage, reconcile your friends, beg pardon of the prince, and call thee back with 20,000 times more joy than thou wentst forth in lamentation. Go before, nurse. Commend me to thy lady, and bid her hasten all the house to bed. Romeo is coming.
I put your picture in a frame.
Wilt thou be gone? It is not yet near day. It was the nightingale, and not the lark, that pierced the fearful hollow of thine ear. Believe me, love, it was the nightingale.
It was the lark, the herald of the morn, no nightingale. But now, love, what envious streaks do lace the severing clouds in yonder east? And live, stay and die.
The dawn light is not daylight. I know it. It is some meteor that the sun exhales to be to thee this night a torchbearer and light thee on thy way to Mantua. Therefore stay yet. Thou needst not to be gone.
Let me be ta'en. Let me be put to death. I am content, so thou wilt have it so. I have more care to stay than will to go. Come, death. Welcome. Juliet wills it so. How is it, my soul, it is not day?
It is. I hence be gone, away. It is the lark that sings so out of tune. Oh, now be gone. More light and light it grows.
More light and light. More dark and dark our woes.
Nurse, your lady mother is coming to your chamber. The day is broke. Be wary, look about.
Thin window let day in and let life out.
Farewell.
art thou gone so? I must hear from thee every day in the hour, for in a minute there are many days. Oh, I shall be much in years ere I again behold my Romeo.
I will omit no opportunity to convey my greetings, love, to thee.
Thinkst thou we shall ever meet again?
I doubt it not. And all our woes shall serve for sweet discourses in our time to come.
There's a box that I keep that I found on the street with linoleum samples. They were somebody's trash, but they're treasures to me in all possible colors. I find things and hide them and tuck them away. I'll make something out of nothing. One of these days.
Madam, I am not well.
Evermore weeping for your cousin's death? What? Will you wash her from her grave with tears? If thou couldst not make her live. Therefore have done. Some grief shows much of love, but much of grief shows still some want of wit.
Yet let me weep for such a feeling loss.
So shall you feel the loss, but not the friend which you weep for.
Feeling so the loss, cannot choose but ever weep the friend.
Well, girl, thou weeps not so much for her death as that the villain lives which slaughtered her.
Ay, madam, from the reach of these my hands, would none but I might venge my cousin's death.
We will have vengeance for it, fear thou not. Then weep no more. I'll send to one in Mantua where that same banished renegade doth live. Shall give him such an unaccustomed dram that he will soon keep Tybalt company. But now I'll tell thee joyful tidings, girl.
And joy comes well in such a needy time. What are they, I beseech your ladyship?
Thou hast a careful father, child. One who, to put thee from thy heaviness, has sorted out a sudden day of joy. But thou expects not, nor I look not for.
Idle and happy time, what day is that?
Early next Thursday morn, the gallant, young, and noble gentleman, the County Paris, at St. Peter's Church, will happily make thee there a joyful bride.
I pray you, madam, tell my lord and father I will not marry yet.
Tell him so yourself, and see how he will take it at your hands.
How would she not?
What did I do? What did
Good father, I beseech thee on my knees. Hear me with patience, but to speak a word.
Hang thee, disobedient wretch! I tell thee what, get thee to church o' Thursday, or never after look me in the face. Speak not!
Was following you. What did I do? What did I
Think not. Look to it. I do not use to jest. And you be mine, I'll give you to my friend, and you be not. Hang, beg, starve, die in the streets, for by my soul I'll ne'er acknowledge thee.
To pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
Sweet my mother, cast me not away. Delay this marriage but a month, a week. Or if thou do not. Nurse, how shall this be prevented? My husband is on earth, my faith in heaven.
How shall that faith return again to earth unless that husband sended me from heaven by leaving earth?
Faith, here it is. Romeo is banished, and all the world to nothing that he dares ne'er come back to challenge, or if he do, it needs must be by stealth. Then, since the case so stands as it now doth, think it best you marry with the Count. Oh, he's a lovely gentleman. I think you are happy in this second marriage, for it excels your first. Or if it did not, your first is as good as dead. But for as good he were as living here, and you no use of him.
Well, thou hast comforted me marvelous much. Go in and tell my lady I am gone, having displeased my father to long so. To make confession.
Marry I will. And this is wisely done.
What did I do?
Wretched damnation.
What did I do?
O most wicked fiend! Is it more sin to wish me thus forsworn, or to dispraise my lord with that same tongue that she had praised him with above compare so many thousand times? Go, counselor. Thou and my bosom henceforth shall be twain. I'll to the friar to know his remedy. If all else fails, myself have power to die.
Moonlit versions of you, when the lilacs were in bloom, none of them true, none of them true.
Hi. Name's Beatrice.
Hi, Beatrice.
You see me where I stand, such as I am. Now, though for myself alone, I would not wish myself much better. Yet for you, public accusation uncovered, slander, unmitigated rancor. Oh God. Oh God.
What did I do?
And that concludes our meeting for today. Go with God.
What did I do? What did I do?
Thursday, sir. Time is very short.
My father Capulet will have it so, and I am nothing slow to slack his haste.
You say you do not know the lady's mind. Uneven is the course, I like it not.
Immoderately she weeps for Tybalt's death, and therefore have I little talked of love. Venus smiles not in a house of tears. Now, sir, her father counts it dangerous that she doth give her sorrow so much sway, and in his wisdom hastes our marriage to stop the inundation of tears, which, minded too much by herself alone, may be put from her by society. Now do you know the reason for this haste?
I would I knew not why it should be slowed. But look, sir, here comes the lady towards my cell.
Happily met, my lady and my wife.
That may be, sir, when I may be a wife.
That may be must be love on Thursday next.
What must be shall be.
That's a certain text.
Come you to make confession to this father?
To answer that, I should confess to you.
Poor soul, thy face is much abused with tears.
The tears have got small victory by that, for it was bad enough before their spite.
Thou wrong'st in more than tears with that report.
That is no slander, sir, which is a truth. And what I spake it to my face.
Thy face is mine, and thou hast slandered it.
That may be so, for it is not mine own. Are you at leisure, Holy Father, now, or should I come to you at evening mass?
My leisure serves me, pensive daughter, now. My lord, we must entreat the time alone.
God shield, I should disturb devotion.
Oh, shut the door! And when thou hast done so, come weep with me. Help
Ah, Juliet, I already know thy grief. It strains me past the compass of my wits. I hear thou must, and nothing may prorogue it, on Thursday next be married to this countess.
Tell me not, Friar, that thou hear'st of this, unless thou tell me how I may prevent it. If in thy wisdom thou canst give no counsel, do thou but call my resolution wise, and with this knife I'll help it presently. God join my heart and Romeo's, thou our hands. Give me some present counsel, or behold, be not so long to speak. I long to die, if what thou speakst, speak not of remedy.
Hold, daughter. I do spy a kind of hope, which craves as desperate an execution as that is desperate which we would prevent. If rather than to marry County Paris, thou hast the strength of will to slay thyself, then is it likely thou wilt undertake a thing like death to chide away this shame? And if thou darest, I'll give thee remedy.
Oh, bid me leap, rather than marry Paris, from off the battlement of yonder tower. Or shut me nightly in a charnel house, or covered quite with dead men's rattling bones. Or bid me to go into a new-made grave, and hide me with a dead man in his shroud. Things that, to hear them said, have made me tremble. And I will do it without fear or doubt, to live an unstained wife to my sweet love.
Hold then. Go home. Be merry. Give consent to marry Paris. Wednesday is tomorrow. Tomorrow night look that thou lie alone. Take thou this vial, being then in bed, and this distilled liquor drink thou off, when presently through all thy veins shall run a cold and drowsy humour. For no pulse shall keep his native progress, but surcease. No warmth, no breath shall testify thou liv'st. The roses in thy lips and cheeks shall fade to paly ashes. Thy eyes' windows fall like death when he shuts up the day of life. And in this borrowed likeness of shrunk death thou shalt continue 42 hours, and then awake, as from a pleasant sleep. Now in the morning when the bridegroom comes to rouse thee from thy bed, there art thou dead. Then, as the manner of our country is, in thy best robes, uncovered on the bier, thou shalt be borne to that same ancient vault where all the kindred of the Capulets lie. In the meantime, against thou shalt awake, shall Romeo by my letters know our drift, and hither shall he come, and he and I shall watch thy waking, and that very night shall Romeo bear thee hence to Mantua. And this shall free thee from this present shame, if no inconstant toy nor womanish fear abate thy valour in the acting it.
Give me. Oh, tell me not of fear.
Hold. Get you gone. I'll send a friar with speed to Mantua with my letters to thy lord.
Love, give me strength, and strength shall help afford. Farewell, dear father.
I followed the moon, and the moon was following you. What did I do? What did I do? The lilacs were in bloom, and the moon was following you. What did I do? What did I do? You were my shiny fall. You beckoned me to pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. past and all its entities are kept inside a box. The inside's red and velvety, the outside part is not. Inside it are the pieces of our scattered little hearts. They're strewn around like sprinkles, together yet apart. When nighttime comes and I'm alone, that's where I want to crawl and see the movie that I know will make me feel at home. The place that is most comforting is where we've been before. It's easiest to be the me who's memorized. What's the matter?
I felt these lips have long been separated. Death that hath ta'en her hence to make me wail ties up my tongue and will not let me speak.
Come, is the bride ready to go to church?
She's dead! She's dead!
Holy Franciscan Friar, brother!
Oh, this same should be the voice of Friar John. Welcome from Mantua. What says Romeo? Or if his mind be writ, give me his letters.
Going to find a barefoot brother out. One of our order, to associate me here in this city, visiting the sick, and finding him. The searchers of the town, suspecting we both were in a house where the infectious pestilence did reign, sealed up the doors and would not let us forth, so that my speed to Mantua there was stayed.
Bear my letter then to Romeo.
I could not send it. Here it is again.
Now must I to the monument alone. Within 3 hours will fair Juliet wake, poor living corse closed in a dead man's tomb.
If I should trust the flattering truth of sleep, my dreams presage some joyful news at hand. I dreamed my lady came and found me dead. Strange dream that give dead man leave to think, huh? And breathed such life with kisses in my lips that I revived and was an emperor. News from Verona.
Does not have letters from the friar? How doth my lady? Is my father well? How fares my Juliet? For nothing can be ill if she be well.
Then she is well and nothing can be ill. Her body sleeps in Capul's monument, and her mortal part with angels lives. I saw her laid low in her kindred's vault, and presently took post to tell it you.
Is it even so?
Her looks are pale and wild and do import misadventure.
Oh, Tosh, thou art deceived. Hast thou no letters to me from the friar?
No, my good lord.
Ah, no matter, get thee gone.
Start your engines, start your boats, feel the movement.
Well, Juliet,
Make the most.
I will lie with thee tonight.
It's never that easy.
Let's see the means.
It's never that easy. It's never that easy.
Oh, mischief. Thou art swift to enter in the thoughts of desperate men. I do remember an apothecary. And if any man did need a poison now, whose sail is present death in Mantua, here lives a caitiff wretch with solitude. The same thought did but forerun my need. The same needy man must sullied be.
Pack your suitcase, pack it all. Pack your memory, see them crawl. It's never that easy. It's never that easy. It's never that easy. Pack your
What ho, apothecary?
Call so loud!
Come hither, man. I see that thou art poor. Hold. There is 40 ducats. Let me have a dram of poison. Such soon speeding gears will disperse itself through all the veins, that the life-very taker may fall dead, and that the trunk may be discharged of breath as violently as hasty powder fire doth hurry from the fatal cannon's wound.
Such mortal drugs I have. But Mantua's law is death to any he that utters them.
Art thou so bare and full of wretchedness and fears to die? Famine hangs in thy cheeks. Need and oppression starveth in thy eyes. Contempt and beggary hangs upon thy back. The world is not thy friend, nor the world's law. The world affords no law to make thee rich, and be not poor. Take this.
My poverty, but not my will, consents. Put this in any liquid thing you will, and drink it off. And if you had the strength of 20 men, it would dispatch you straight.
These poor compounds I mayst not sell. I sell thee poison. Thou hast sold me none. Farewell. Buy food, get thyself in flesh.
Oh, say, can you see?
Sweet flower, with flowers thy bridal bed I strew. Oh, whoa.
Thy canopy
Is dust and stones, which with sweet water nightly I will do, or wanting that with tears. Still find my moans. The obsequies that I for thee will keep nightly shall be to strew thy grave and weep. Cursed foot wanders this way tonight. Throws my obsequies and my true love's right. What?
Hold. Take thou this letter. Early in the morning see that thou deliver it to my lord and father. Upon thine honor, I charge thee, whate'er thou seest or hearest, stand all aloof and do not interrupt me in my course. Therefore, hence, be gone. But if thou jealous, doth return to pry in what I further intend to do, By heaven, I will tear thee joint by joint and strew this hungry churchyard with thy limbs. The time and my intent, a savage wild, more fierce and inexorable far than empty tigers or the roaring sea.
I'll be gone, sir, and not trouble you.
Live and be prosperous, and farewell, good cousin.
Thou womb of death, thou detestable maw, gorged with the dearest morsel of this earth. Thus I enforce thy rotten jaws to open. And despite cram thee with more food.
Stop thine hell of toil, vile Montague! Conventest be pursued further than death! Condemned villain, I do apprehend thee! Obey, and go with me, for thou must die!
Indeed I must, and therefore come I hither. Good gentle youth, tempt not a desperate man. Look, fly hence, leave me. Think upon these gone, and let them affright thee. I do beseech thee, youth, put not another sin upon my head by urging me to fury. I'll beat God! By heaven, I love thee better than myself, for I come hither armed against myself. Stay not, be gone, and hereafter say a madman's mercy bade thee run away.
But to defy thy conjuration, and to apprehend thee from villain here!
Now wilt thou provoke me? Then have at thee, boy!
I am slain! If thou be merciful, open the grave and lay me with Juliet!
Mercutio's cousin. Mercutio's kinsman. Noble County, Paris.
I know
said my man when my betossed had sold him not a attendant. I think he told me Paris should marry Juliet. Said he not so, did I think it so? Or am I mad hearing him speak of Juliet to think it so? Give me thy hand. Come read with me in solemn misfortune's book. I will bury thee in a triumphant grave. A grave? No, a lantern slaughtered youth. For here lies Juliet. And her beauty makes this vault a feasting presence full of light.
Why? Death that has sucked the honey from thy breath hath had no power yet upon thy beauty. Why thou art not conquered? Beauty's ensign is yet crimson in thy lips, in thy cheeks. Tybalt. Liest thou there in thy bloody sheets? What more favor can I do to thee than with that hand that cut thy youth in twain? To sunder his that was thine enemy. Forgive me, cousin. Juliet. I will stay with thee here, and never from this palace of dim light depart again. Oh, here will I remain with worms and all thy chambermaids. Here I lay my everlasting rest, and shake the yoke of inauspicious stars from this world-wearied flesh. Eyes, look your last. Arms, take your last embrace, and lips. Oh, you, the doors of breath. Seal up with a righteous kiss, a dateless bargain to engrossing death. Come, bitter conduct. Come, unsavory guide. O desperate pilot, now at once lead on the dashing rocks thy seasick weary bark. Here's to my love. Oh, a true apothecary. Oh, thy drugs so quick. Thus with a kiss I die. Oh! Oh, pale.
Who else? The lady stirs.
Oh, comfortable friar, where is my lord? I do remember well where I should be. And there I am. Where is my Romeo?
I hear some noise. Lady, come from that nest of death, contagion, and unnatural sleep. A greater power than we can contradict hath thwarted our intents. Come away. Thy husband in thy bosom, there lies dead. And Paris too. Come. I'll dispose of thee among a sisterhood of holy nuns. Stay not to question, for the watch is coming. Come, go, good Juliet. I dare no longer stay.
Go! Get thee hence, for I will not away.
What's this? A cup closed in my true love's hand. Poison, I see, hath been his timely end. Oh, churl. Drunk all, and left no friendly drop to help me after. I will kiss thy lips. Happily some poison doth remain on them, and let me die with a restorative. Thy lips are warm. Yea, noise. Then I'll be brief. Oh, happy dagger. This is thy sheath.
What misadventure is so early up that calls our person from our morning's rest?
What is it that they so shriek?
We hear the street cry Romeo, some Juliet, some Paris, and all run with open outbreak toward our blood. Come on, friends, our shades are gay. All join hands and let's go walking. Walk along, John, with your blue jeans on. Walk along, John, with your blue jeans on. Come on, friends.
Glooming peace this morning with it brings. The sun for sorrow will not show his head. Go hence to have more talk of these sad things. Some shall be pardoned, and some punishment. For never was a story of more woe than this of Juliet and her Romeo.
Let's go walking. Come on, hands, let's go walking. All join hands, let's go walking. Walk on, friends, let's go walking. All join hands, let's go walking. Walk along, Joe, with your blue jeans on. Walk along, Joe, with your blue jeans on.
Once I had a mouse in my apartment, and now every time I hear movement out of the corner of my eye, I think I see a mouse. I ain't young and I ain't foolish. I know what I see and how to prove it. From the corner of my eye, I think I saw you wink. Once I had a man and he was pretty. He gave me love and he gave me pity. From the corner of my eye, everyone who comes and goes shows us what we didn't know. But this time is not like those. I'm happy that it's you I chose.